Have you ever wondered why sometimes you manifest what you want and sometimes you don't? Awesome. Then you're in the right place because today I'm going to share with you the actual science behind manifestation. Because something that I'm seeing is I am seeing a lot of people fall into the trap of mainstream manifestation, which is where you start out reading the books, doing the affirmations, doing the vision boards, and yes, you start manifesting to a certain degree, and then all of a sudden you hit a plateau and you're like, what just happened? I thought I was getting really good at this. Okay. Now I have been manifesting since I was 5 years old. I have been exposed to this world since I can remember. And I am here to tell you that it really is a science. And once you master this science, which I'm going to share with you today, I'm actually going to give you the action steps that you can start to implement. You are going to become a master manifester. Okay. So the problem is that so many people start to believe that because they start to manifest really quickly, based on some of the practices they've implemented, that now manifestations are always going to fall from the sky. But that's not true because manifesting is actual practice. It's a lifelong practice of intentional co-creation. So manifestation is actually not a woo-woo concept. It is a science. It is a process of intentional co-creation between your mind, your energy, and the universe. So if you ever felt frustrated because your manifestations aren't landing, I want you to stick with me because I'm breaking down exactly how manifesting works and what needs to be in place for you to manifest with ease, or as I like to say, manifest the magnetic way. If you're new to my world, I'm Sonia. I help you elevate your consciousness so you can master manifesting the magnetic way in life and in business because life is meant to be extraordinary from the inside out. If this vibe speaks to you, go ahead and hit subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss a thing. All right, let's dive in. So let's talk about manifestation. It's not just about sitting on the couch waiting for things to fall from the sky, although that does happen when you have a practice and you really work on your inner landscape to match the um, the energy of your desires, right? But it's also not about happy thoughts and being positive all the time. I know oftentimes people believe that, if you're going through a rough time, that you're not going to manifest what you desire. I'm here to tell you that I went through a 4 year dark night of the soul, as I like to call it, where I went through a healing journey, healing from 5 autoimmune conditions, and I was not in a good mood. I was not thinking happy thoughts, and I still manifested a lot of amazing things. Okay. So I want to just share that because manifesting has nothing to do with happy thoughts all the time. It does have to do with getting into alignment, and there is a science behind this that I'm going to share with you. So again, remember, it's a practice of intentional co-creation. So it's you actually being mindful of your current state, which is your thoughts, your emotions, and the actions that you're taking. Manifestation is a blend of neuroscience, of the energetics and the action, and you are constantly manifesting. We are always co-creating. 85% of us are co-creating on autopilot, okay? So you are co-creating whether you're aware of it or not, because your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are always creating your reality because it is the energy that you're resonating out, okay? So if you want to create a new reality, that what has to shift first before you take the action is the energy you're resonating. So now let's talk about the science so that you can understand, well, how do I resonate this energy, right? Your brain has a filter called the reticular activating system, okay? And this system determines what you notice in your environment based on the beliefs and perceptions that you have been imprinted from 0 to 7 years old. You'll often hear teachers call it the subconscious mind. I don't like to talk too much about the subconscious mind, even though I do work with clients on that, because I take a different approach to it, where many people are trying to heal their subconscious mind and rewire the subconscious. I actually found a shortcut, so to speak, to rewiring, or as I like to call it, imprinting the subconscious in real time. And I'm going to share a little bit about that when I talk about the science. So when you set an intention, which is part of intent of magnetic co-creation, magnetic manifesting, your reticular activating system, this part of you that has been imprinted to always look for what you have been used to looking for, it starts filtering the opportunities, the ideas, and the resources that align with your intention. So let me share an example of what that means. Have you ever said, I want to buy a new car, and you go to the car dealer and you test drive a white car, and then you tell the salesperson, I'm going to think about this, okay? I'm going to think about the car. And then you get in your car to go home, and all of a sudden you start to see white cars. That is your reticular activating system looking for what you've already imprinted, okay? Because you went and test drove the car. So you actually activated all the senses. And now your RAS is going to be looking for that. So we want to work with that. And we do that, the science of it is through neuroplasticity. But first, let me go back for a minute to your reticular activating system. So if right now you're looking at your current reality and there are things about it that you don't like, what you don't want to do is beat the drum of, I don't have it yet, or this is my current reality and it stinks. Because what that is actually doing is continuing to rewire your brain for the same exact reality. So this is where neuroplasticity comes in, because your brain can actually rewire itself. And you don't need to go down any rabbit holes of healing and of doing all of this personal development work to rewire the brain. You just have to be really intentional and mindful to observe your current thoughts that have created your reality up until now. So, as I always say, your current reality is a record of the past. So if you want to create a new reality, you have to imprint your current identity with the beliefs, the perceptions, and the what I call the codes of your future reality, of your future self. And that's how we become embodied in the identity of the person that already has their wish fulfilled. Okay. So one of the ways to do that is by repeating empowering thoughts. Remember, I said to you, instead of going down the rabbit hole of healing, which sometimes we do need to, do some healing work, but this is where I find people kind of glitch out in their manifesting practice because they get on what I call the healing hamster wheel, because they think something's wrong with them when they don't see their manifestation in the 3D. And that's actually not true. What I invite you to do instead is to repeat empowering thoughts and take aligned action based on what this person in the future self that already has the desires you want would do. What would that person do? When you do this, when you observe your thoughts and shift them in real time and then take aligned action, it's actually going to strengthen the neural pathways of that support your new reality. Okay, so you want to do that. And then there's the quantum physics part. On an energetic level, everything in the universe vibrates at a frequency. When you match the frequency of what you desire through your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, you magnetize your reality to you. This is why you have to be mindful of what are the thoughts I'm having, because those thoughts are creating an emotion, and that emotion is what's creating your energetic resonance. And from that, and also your identity, and from that, you're either going to take action or you're not going to take action. But it's really important. The action step is something that a lot of people are missing, because they think if I just have the thoughts and I resonate the energy, then it'll come to me. But you have to meet the quantum. You have to meet the energy of the quantum halfway by taking action. Okay. So this is why manifestation works, because it's a combination of you training your brain, aligning your energy, and creating the resonance of your desires. So this is intentional. This has to happen with intention. It's why if you come into my world, I remind you that manifesting is a practice. So what are the key pillars to begin manifesting with ease? Number one, aligning your thoughts, because your thoughts are the seeds of the manifestation. But it's not about thinking positively. It's about aligning your thoughts with what you actually believe is possible for you. So if this is the outcome that you want and you don't yet have it, I want you to start practicing the thoughts that are going to get you here, not the thoughts that of your current reality, of it's not working, of I don't see it in the 3D yet. You want to practice the thoughts of what is possible. And if you're having a difficult time with this, something that I love to share with my clients is to look for what I call POP, proof of possibility. If you can't yet fully get behind the thoughts that match your future reality, look for what would be possible. Who already has manifested this? Can I look at that as proof that it's possible for me? This also is going to help you start to imprint the neural pathways of and your reticular activating system to look for what is possible. Okay. So if you're thinking, I want more money, but deep down you believe you're not good enough with money, you'll create resistance. So observing the negative thoughts, not beating yourself up over, and I don't even like to call them negative thoughts, but you know what I mean. Like not beating yourself up over the fact that you're having these thoughts and then shifting them in real time to a more empowered thought. Okay. The next step, the next pillar is aligned energy. Energy is everything. You manifest who you be, not what you want. So right now, who are you being in relation to your desired outcome? Okay. This is your energetic state. It's how you feel about yourself and your desires is what attracts or repels your manifestations. So checking in with how you're feeling about what is possible for you. And if you're feeling like a little stuck or like, oh my God, it's not happening, keep training that reticular activating system to look for what is possible, because that thought, the more you think this is possible for me, the more you create the emotion. And there's other tools that you can do as well to create the emotion. And then that emotion becomes the resonating energy. And it's also going to anchor into your subconscious imprint. And then you're going to start taking aligned action, which is the third step. So manifestation doesn't work without action. This is a reminder. I see so many people waiting for it to fall from the sky, and it's not falling from the sky. And it's because they're not taking action. You have to take action. When you take inspired action toward your desires, you're signaling to the universe. So I want you to remember that. Action signals to the universe that you are serious about your desire and that you truly have that deep inner knowing that you are meant to have it. Okay. You have to signal and work with the universe. I often say, pretend you're a radio station. What is the frequency you're tuning into by way of thoughts, emotions, and action? Okay. This creates momentum and it opens the doors for opportunities to flow in. So if, you might be asking yourself, if manifestation is so straightforward and there's actually a science behind it, why do some people struggle to manifest consistently, right? Because remember, you're always manifesting, but this is a matter of you really co-creating the life that you desire on purpose every single day. So oftentimes it's because you might have unconscious blocks. You're carrying subconscious beliefs and patterns that contradict your desires. So I call this having one foot on the brake and one foot on the gas. An example that happened to me once, I had a really bad experience at a job and I was looking for a job. This was when I was really young. And I was looking for a job and taking the action, but my resonating energy did not align with the action. Internally, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to get a job because I don't want to go through what I went through. And I remember my mom saying to me, you're looking for a job, hoping not to get it. Because yes, you're taking the action, but you still have your foot on the brake of your energy. So pay attention to where your, actions are not fully aligned with your energy, because there might be some distortion energetically there for you. Okay. So I just gave you an example of what that looks like. Attachment to the outcome is another one that can really put the brake on overflow of your manifestations, because you're holding too tightly of the how and the when your manifestation is going to come through. And this creates the kink in the hose or the block of flow. Okay. So when you have that deep inner knowing that that your manifestation is coming, you're not going to worry about it. You're not going to be, like I say, baking the cake, you put the cake in the oven, you're not going to be opening the door every 2 seconds to see when the cake is ready. You put the cake in, you set your timer, and you go about your life, and the cake is done, right? The same thing with your manifestation. The next one is inconsistent energy. This is also a big one that I see a lot. I call it unplugging from the energy of your future desire. So think of your energy as like Wi-Fi that is a signal you're plugged into when you're thinking about your desires, okay? And then one day you're plugged into it, you're excited about it, you know it's coming. And then the next day, doubt kicks in and you really unplug from the energy and you stop taking action. Well, guess what's happening? The universe is noticing the mixed signals and it slows down the manifestation into coming into material form. Because remember, all of your manifestations, especially the big ones, have a gestation period. So if you keep unplugging your energy, right, from your desire, the universe is going, what is going on? The energy's like going like this, and the universe can't actually match the frequency consistently to materialize the manifestation into the 3D for you. Okay, so some steps to manifest with ease. As I said, you want to have clarity. You want to have a clear vision of what you want. The universe can't deliver if you're sending mixed signals. So have a clear vision and stick to that vision by way of reminding yourself that you are the frequency of a Wi-Fi and you're going to stay tuned into it's already done. Okay. The next one is confidence and trust. Just trusting that your desires are possible, looking for proof of possibility when you start to wobble, because the universe is always working on your behalf and your only job is to stay in alignment, okay? Thoughts, emotions, and actions. And consistency is part of what I just mentioned, staying aligned with your desires daily. You might have practices that you already have in place that can help you to do this, but I already shared some steps that you can do, okay? Doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you have to be in a great mood. Just stay anchored in the vision of your future desire, okay? Even when life gets messy. I am an expert at life getting messy and me still manifesting some really great things. Detaching from the outcome, letting go of the how and the when. Remember, like you're putting that cake in the oven, you set your timer and you go. Just focus on becoming the version of you who already has what you want in the process. Be, do, have, okay? So that is your framework. Stay in alignment, play with all of this. I want to hear in the comments what resonated with you. I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to drop a comment below with your biggest takeaways from today's video. And if you're ready to keep elevating your consciousness and manifesting the most magnetic way, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss what's next. And if you're really ready to learn how to unlock the full power of manifestation, I have a free workshop called the glow up, which I'm going to go deeper into this work to help you move from effort to ease and from wanting to receiving. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Sonia Lopez Coach. I will see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.